Tyler the Creator, aka Tyler Gregory Okonma, is an American rapper and producer from Hawthorne, California. Tyler is known for his provocative lyrics and his ability to push boundaries.
My lyrics aren't offensive.
Aren't they?
No.
Some people find them offensive, don't they? You've
Yeah,
heard that
some
before.
people find everything offensive.
His early work, like that of his debut album Goblin, was characterized by dark and controversial themes, often exploring his own personal struggle with identity. As his career progressed, his style evolved. On the production side of things, he began to experiment with different sounds, incorporating elements of jazz, soul, and funk into his work. His lyrical content also matured, and he began to show signs of significant personal growth. I'm gonna start everything off with a piano. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of Tyler's beats are jazz influenced, so I'm gonna start off with a minor 9 chord. It'll give a sort of mellow and melancholic jazzy vibe. Then to really get that jazzy feel, I'm gonna create some chromatic movement by borrowing a D-sharp major 9 chord. This will add a sense of tension from the root note being moved up a semitone, and it will also add a sense of surprise to the progression, since it's not a chord that you'd typically expect to follow a D minor chord. And I'll end the loop with a B-flat chord. It'll provide a subtle shift in the harmonic progression, adding a small touch of color and variation before moving back into the tonic. Now I'm gonna spice things up by humanizing the chords and adding in some counter melody notes. Throw on some RC20 for that retro analog coloring. Gonna throw on an EQ to make some boosts and cuts. Add some reverb. And get a retro chorusing effect to enhance the stereo width. I'm gonna use these synth keys to layer the chord progression. I'm doing this to add texture and depth to the chords. Throw on a bandpass to kind of tuck it away in the back. Add some tape coloring with Echo Boy Jr. And a little bit of reverb. Lastly, I'll be laying down a synth lead. Throw on an EQ to tame some of those highs. And I'm gonna add a bit of automation to make the lead fade out a bit smoother. Alright, I think we can start to lay down the snares. I'm actually gonna layer a few different snares here. I couldn't find one single snare that sounded the way I wanted it to. Sometimes it's just like that. I'm gonna add my kick right into the playlist. I don't normally do my kicks this way, but I wanna use more than one kick sound, so I figured this is the best way to do it. I think it would be a lot more clunky if I had to switch back and forth between 2 different instances of the piano roll for the kicks. gonna lay down a simple but bouncy hat pattern. And let's add some depth and groove with a bass line. Now all I need to do is arrange. And we're gonna write some lyrics, but first we need to get inside of Tyler's head. Tyler's lyrical content frequently delves into introspection, addressing his insecurities and expressing complex emotions. He often incorporates a degree of shock value through some combination of explicit language, violent imagery, and controversial subject matter. He tends to use a lot of clever wordplay, metaphors, and has a knack for crafting vivid, visually descriptive narratives. He's also not above flexing. Once in a while, you'll notice a line where he talks about owning a bunch of cars, luxury items, or having a bunch of money. Usually I'd put a disclaimer here saying that I'm not doing an outright impression of Tyler, but today I actually am, through the magic of AI voice filtering technology. I wish I had this when I first started the series. It would have made things a lot more fun. But anyway, let's see what we've come up with.
I'm trying to reap all the reward for my risk. Out in Paris with a pair of bitches all on my dick. Pardon my French, get caught up in it's hard to resist. Off the ball till I feel like I no longer exist. Half smoke roaches in the rolls. Post to all my foes with the ash stains coating all my clothes. Ex-hoes hoping I'm exposed. Posted out of Rome while your Twitter fingers posted from your phone. Wrist hold so much water it's like I drowned them. Account hold so many commas I can't count them. Space coupe shit so fly you can't ground them. It's like an alien invasion.